They've sold you self-actualization through podcasts and productivity hacks, as if scrolling and saffron tea could replace what warriors earned with spears in their guts. Socratic interjection, amused. How fascinating that a civilization with infinite access to comfort has produced the most anxious generation in history. Tell me, when did we decide that wisdom could be purchased by the hour? The Spartans threw their boys into the wild with nothing but a knife. The Maasai sent teens to kill lions. You find yourself through Instagram retreats and call it growth. Socratic challenge. But here's what amuses me most. You know this is fraudulent. Deep down, you know that $3,000 ayahuasca weekend won't fix what 20 years of avoiding difficulty created. Yet you keep buying. Why? Because the lie is more comfortable than the cure. Act 1. The psychological truth. 3 to 9. The brain only rewires under existential pressure. No threat, no transformation. Your anxiety isn't a disorder. It's your soul screaming for a trial it knows you need. Socratic observation. I spent my life asking uncomfortable questions, and do you know what I discovered? The people most desperate to avoid discomfort are the ones drowning in it. They've created elaborate systems to manage their pain instead of using it. Modern parallel. Your therapy sessions where you discuss your childhood for the 100th time. Your meditation apps that promise inner peace in 10 minutes. These aren't healing. They're maintenance programs for a life you're too afraid to actually live. Socratic twist. The irony is delicious. A society that can deliver any pleasure instantly has forgotten that pleasure without contrast is just numbness. You've optimized away the very friction that creates meaning. Act 2. The hard path as the only path, 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Case study, addiction. They call addiction a disease. I call it a failed initiation. The alcoholic crawling back to the bottle is what happens when a man avoids his true ordeal. Socratic inquiry. But let me ask you something. Why do we call someone who drinks to avoid their problems sick, but someone who faces those same problems and transforms them heroic? Same pain, different response. The only difference is courage. The veteran who returns from war shattered, then rebuilds himself as a healer. That's the right done right. The pain wasn't his enemy. It was the gate. Socratic challenge. Name one person you admire who didn't earn their wisdom through suffering. Go on. I'll wait. Pause, then chuckling. You can't, can you? Because deep down you understand what your culture won't admit. Character is forged in crisis, not comfort. Yet somehow you've convinced yourselves that growth should feel good. Act 3. Manufacturing your crucible. 1500 to 1900. 3 modern trials, for those without tribes. Socratic preface. Since your society won't provide initiations, you must create them. But remember, a trial you can quit isn't a trial. It's just another self-help exercise. 1. The solitude test. 12 hours alone in nature with no distractions. Just you and the voice that says, "This is pointless." Break that voice. Socratic insight. You'll discover something interesting. The voice telling you to quit isn't protecting you from boredom. It's protecting you from clarity. Most people can't stand 12 hours with their own thoughts because they realize how shallow those thoughts have become. 2. The resistance gauntlet. Pick something you fear, public speaking, rejection, and seek it daily for 30 days. The shame will try to stop you. Let it choke on your persistence. Socratic observation. Notice how your mind will generate 1,000 rational reasons to quit. This is stupid. People will think I'm weird. What's the point? This isn't wisdom talking. It's cowardice wearing the mask of prudence. 3. The shadow confrontation. Write the letter you're too cowardly to send, then burn it. The truth isn't in the sending, it's in admitting what you've bottled. Socratic revelation. The letter itself doesn't matter. What matters is discovering how much energy you've wasted managing a reality you refuse to confront. Most of your personality is just elaborate avoidance strategies. Closing, 1900 to 2000. Sound, sword being sharpened. So here's your choice. Keep numbing the itch that begs for your initiation, or go find the wound that'll make you a man. Final Socratic wisdom. But understand this. The comfort you're protecting isn't actually comfortable. It's just familiar suffering. The hard path isn't harder than the soft path. It's just honest about what growth actually costs. The you that emerges from real trials? He'll pity the thing you are now, not with cruelty, but with the gentle sadness of someone who remembers what it felt like to mistake safety for wisdom. Pause. The hard path isn't a way. It's the only way. Everything else is just postponement.